जय श्री माता जी। हम सब श्री माता जी की चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडली चढ़ा के सामूहिक बंधन लेंगे। We humbly bow down to Shri Mata Ji's lotus feet, raise your kundalini and put ourselves bandhan.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा स्वामिनी त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री शक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
अपने चित्त को सार में रखते हुए ध्यान में रहेंगे और श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी आत्मसात करेंगे। नाउ वी विल लिसन मदर्स स्पीच।
Now the essence of Sahaja Yoga, I am sure Mr. Gavin Brown must have explained to you what it is. And so many of you are from Sahaja Yoga itself, so I need not explain to you all the details. But today we have to understand one thing, that it's a very serious time we are born into, extremely serious. And when we look at life, we do not understand that if we miss this chance of our evolution, not only that we'll miss it for ourselves, not only that we'll miss it for England or only for one country, but we'll miss it for the whole creation. The trouble is, in the name of God, in the name of evolution, in the name of higher life, so many spurious people have come up that it has become impossible to convince anyone that there is something like truth left in it. Under these circumstances, one has to talk about truth, and talking about truth doesn't give you the experience of the truth at all. Discussing about it will not give you. It's a different realm in which one has to go into. It's a new awareness which you have to get to understand the truth, for which I don't know how many are prepared and how many would like to know, and even if they like to know, how many will get it. So the problem is the other way around. It's not the problem that we have few people. It's not the problem that Sahaja Yoga cannot give you realization. It's not the problem that you will not know the truth. But the whole circumstance is such that whatever is false, whatever is spurious, whatever is silly, stupid, appeals to the masses. Sometimes I feel I have developed a method by which I can give really a mass realization all over the world. Definitely I have. But the problem as it remains, the masses are not interested. It's only very few who really can keenly take interest into their evolutionary process and would like to come out of the ignorance in which they have been living. In all the ego-oriented countries, it's very difficult to establish that we are still ignorant. We have to know a lot. It's very difficult because they think we know everything, because we have been to the moon. Like the Russians say, we never saw God. We went to the moon, we never saw God. It would be like saying that I have come to the third floor, I haven't seen God. Where does God reside? Where it manifests within us? In what way it manifests, we don't want to see. What we want to see is that through our effort, if we have not been able to see God, then He doesn't exist. This is the way our attitude is. That better say no to all that we did not know through our effort, because so far we have not known about Him. So He doesn't exist. So you turn round in a cave, when you see the shadows of yourself, you believe in them only and say it never existed anything else, the light does not exist. That kind of an attitude exists or is persistently I am facing. And sometimes I don't know how to give them realization. Now, as I said, it's the other way around. You have to see. You have to ask for it. You have to truly ask for it. Nobody is going to fall at your feet and say, all right, you get your realization, all right, you have these, for heaven's sake. Just have it. Because nothing is selling here. We are so much used to the salesmanship, you see, that we think that if anything is selling, people have to persuade you, to request you, ask you, you can save pounds, you see, for sale and all that. But nothing is for sale. That's a very difficult proposition to understand in the present atmosphere, where we do not know if you can get anything that is not for sale. But I hope slowly and steadily all of us have to get it. Somehow one has to work very hard. Sometimes it's very frustrating and it's so stupid the way people react that I just don't know what to say. Like the other day we had a meeting in Brighton. I was laughing all the time. It's so saddening. A gentleman came to our program and he complained. He said I was videoed. See, who has got time here to put him for a video? Who is interested in taking his photographs? I mean, he says I am a managing director. So what? In the presence of divine, what is a managing director? What is a king? What is it? Just think of it. Who is he? What does he think of himself? And he has complained against us. I hope he doesn't go to police for that. Even the laws are so stupid sometimes, I can't understand. How has he got any right to complain if you come to a program which is being conducted with a video on me, and if you are photographed, how can you complain? One thing I feel that on one side is such stupid, useless people, the other side are such great seekers. And how to reach them? Like a diamond covered with lot of mud. So much mud. It's all mud. In that to find out those diamonds, to dive into this mire of ignorance, to get out these diamonds which are lost. It's such a concern that I feel sometimes, that this mud is going to cover their brains, their ego, everything, and they may not receive the realization. They may miss this point. Actually, divine does not know what human beings have created. Really, I tell you, divine has no ideas what nonsense you have created around. All kinds of nonsense you have created out of your ignorance, out of your ego, out of your choice that you had. I can't explain why people have created this kind of ignorance which cannot be broken, cannot be removed, because they are so much identified with it. It's like a stuck-up stamp which cannot come out of people. And when such a thing happens, you feel, oh God, the whole creation has been created. Whole working has taken place. The human beings have grown so well. Out of an amoeba they have been brought to this stage. Now in these modern times you find the human being so stupid, so foolish, and deluding others with their stupidity and foolishness. How are we to approach the people who are true seekers, have been seekers for ages, those who have sought for years together, all their lives before, who are lost? Sometimes it is very, very disappointing, but still hoping against hopes. I hope we reach all the corners of this universe where we find all the people who are true seekers. It is their right to know. It is their power to know the divine. It's not for everybody because somebody is a managing director or a king or anything. What does it matter? In the presence of God they will be pushed out. They will not be allowed to enter into the kingdom of God. Who will be allowed to enter into the kingdom of God? Those who have known. Also not those who just talk about God. Those who say that we are the worshippers of God, we have learned so much. They will say, all right, go with your books to the places from where you have come. What have you to know is through your awareness. In your awareness you have to know. The awareness has to be enlightened. It is not what you know, it is human awareness, which is still at a point, I say, has to grow so much. First it has to be awakened and then it has to grow in its light. It's such a lot of journey we have to do even after realization. It takes no time sometimes to give realization to many people. I know it has happened with so many, but they don't know what they have to achieve. It's such a horrible stuff is this ego is, that people don't want to see what they haven't got with them and what they have to have and what they deserve. They are so identified with the ego and satisfied with it that they don't want to see that beauty that lies within them, the spirit, the reflection of God's love, which is like the highest and the most precious thing that you could think. In this England, I don't know how many lectures I have given and how much I have worked hard. Of course, there are results, no doubt, but it is so slow. Compared to the fake, compared to the artificial people, compared to the people who have made money out of you, those who have exploited you, have ruined you, Sahaja Yoga is working so very slow. I would not have been so much disappointed if it was at the time of Christ. Because at that time, there were very few seekers. Actually, even the fishermen whom Christ collected were not seekers. You are seekers of the truth. And so many of you have taken birth just to seek the truth. And where are we going? What are we doing about it? What are our ideas about the truth? Can we have our own ideas, conception about the truth? Is it not that our ego itself has given us lots of ideas? Is it not that we do not want to see the truth? I meet all kinds of people in this country. I must say they are very highly placed, very great. Somebody is a lord and somebody is a lady and somebody is another huge personality and this and that. But they said, who wants to change? I said, really? That's true. Because they think they are the greatest people ever born and they are going to take all their lordship with them to the heaven. They said, who wants to change? I said, then such a lot can be said on the point, but if you don't want to change, that's a full stop, complete full stop. You cannot talk to them. Now this, I must say, is only can work out with people who are seekers, who want to know through their awareness what is the truth. You have to know your spirit. Without knowing your spirit, you cannot know what is the truth. Whatever I may talk to you is a waste, complete waste, because you haven't got that awareness today to know what I'm talking about. So first thing is, I request you to become the spirit. It's simple thing as that. Like now I have to see into your skin, for example, I'll have to use a microscope. And then people will say, all right, you see through the microscope. You cannot see with your naked eyes. All right? Supposing I want to listen to somebody's heart. Then people will say, use a stethoscope. Otherwise, you cannot listen to somebody's heart. All right. You don't question that time, do you? Do just put it there and try to listen. In the same way, why not we do about the spirit? Why not we do what it is told to you? That you have to get your realization, that you have to become the spirit first, that unless and until this awareness is enlightened by the spirit you cannot see. It's like telling something about the colors to a blind. You have to open your eyes. But this simple thing also people don't accept. The reason is people are very naive. They don't know what is it. And also they don't want to understand. Now as you see a tree standing there, and so many trees are there, you must also know that there are roots to it. But somebody has told you there are roots. You may not believe into it, but why not see is the point. Why not see if there are roots or not? Supposing I say, whatever you are outside, you are much more inside. So why not we see it? This is a simple question we should ask ourselves. Why should I put any barrier to that sea? If that is going to give me all the best in this world, if it is going to give me even the inkling of that beautiful thing called spirit, why not have it? You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to exert for it. You don't have to do anything. But you have to desire. This is the point I am trying to make, that if you do not desire from your heart, then God is not going to fall at your feet, now please desire for me, is He? It's a simple thing like that. And if you people understand that you have to really desire it, because it's such a vicious circle, I must tell you, that this Kundalini, it's not here the picture, the Kundalini is the pure desire within you. Is the desire which is not yet manifested, it is not yet awakened in the sense that it is acting but it has not acted. So if so, how much important it is that you should have the desire to be one with the divine, to be in yoga, to be one with your spirit. The desire has to be strong. If it is not a strong desire, you are challenging your own Kundalini, you are anti-Kundalini, and then the Kundalini won't rise. But what is this brain has achieved so far? Just look at it. You must understand what have we achieved by this brain. For example, this stupid managing director, whosoever came there, just ask him what good has he done to anyone. What does he know about spiritual life? What does he understand about Christ's life? But if he sends a letter, the newspaper is very willing to write it down. I mean, look at the stupidity of the whole stuff. Without understanding that anything that has to go to the masses should be something sensible, from a sensible man who is supposed to be an authority on spiritual life that he is talking about. What good this fellow has done, nobody weighs that. But if I write something or any Saj Yogi says that, see, by coming to Saj Yoga, we dropped down all our bad habits, I got cured of my cancer or anything, nobody wants to listen to you. They think you are mad. But a man like that, if he writes, then they publish it. So it shows very clearly that, you see, we are living with people who are really not only mad, but are absolutely foolish people who have no sense at all as to how they have to live and how they have to move. This is what we have come to know about so many people now, that sometimes you people have to take upon yourself to go into it and find out what is the truth. It is you who have to find it out. You see, it would be something like that. I say now, this is a place where there are lots of diamonds. I say that. Or this is a cave in which if you move, there is a lot of, say, gold. Now, the gold is not going to come out from there, is it? Simple as that. You have to go towards the goal to find it out or not. You have to go towards it. But here I am not saying that you walk towards anything or do anything like that. Just you have to desire, and desire it from your heart. It's impossible for me to work out Kundalini if you do not desire, because the desire, the pure desire is the Kundalini. You understand my problem is now. Pure desire is the Kundalini. And if you are against your pure desire, what can I do about it? Can I force it? You cannot push it out, you see. Like a seed, if you want to have a seed sprouted, you have to put it in the mother earth. But you cannot take it out, the bits of the seed, and sprout it, can you? It's a living process. And for this living process, you have to have a pure desire. And if that desire is not there, I am breaking my head against stones, I feel. So it is important that you understand that you must have that desire which is the highest. But if you are satisfied with things which are useless and nonsensical, then what am I to do with that? Now you just tell me, with someone who is interested in things which are nonsensical, now how do you bring them round? I mean, there is no psychology that can bring them round. You see, because you have to have the desire to be all right. But this is something so innate. Being, the process itself is a living process and doesn't work out if the people do not have the pure desire. Now this is written down since long. It cannot be changed. It cannot be forced. It cannot be sort of explained or discussed or argued nothing can be done. It has to work out within you. Now, even when you have worked it out on someone, you may not achieve the results. That's possible. You may not. So when the situation is so difficult and where the children are also so adamant, then what can mother do is to push them in. See, I am very much concerned that this ego, which is sometimes so selfish and so conceited, that it satisfies itself and is very happy. It will not allow you to get to that point where you really stand, where you have all your powers, where you are the master of your being. It will not allow. The identification with the ego is so much that's easy to take a bull by the horn, but to take a ego-oriented man through Sahaja Yoga's practices is very difficult. I'm rather today in a mood of, I should say, little disgust, I should say, but also the other mood comes on me of complete compassion and tremendous love, that somehow I should do something to bring sense into the heads of these people. Something should happen to them, because otherwise what I see is a complete disaster. It's going to come, believe me, it's going to come. I don't want to frighten you like Mrs. Thatcher does about Russians. That might be imaginary. But this is real, I am telling you, it's going to come to us. It will come as diseases, self-destruction. But the greatest thing is the failure of the divine itself, that it could not communicate with you people who were made specially, who were brought to this earth on this time, who have to have the kingdom of heaven, and suddenly you find they all dropped out of the sieve. Sahaja Yogis also sometimes feel very frustrated, I know. But whatever it is, as far as I am concerned, I have tremendous desire now. But I am so desireless that this desire also may not work out. You see, I am a desireless person. Now what to do? So I ask Sahaja Yogis to desire that the people should have that great desire to become the spirit. This is the greatest thing that we can give to our brothers and sisters, to the progeny, to the people who are children today, to this beautiful world. We need these beautiful lights and the beautiful time which they all have to enjoy. I hope those who have come for the first time will understand my difficulty and will try to see that you desire only your self-realization and nothing else. Just desire that. I request you to desire your self-realization and forget about everything, even if you are managing director or maybe the king, George V, you see. Better keep all your shoes outside about it and just desire that you become the spirit. You see the difference between me and Christ is here. He got so fed up that he said, let me be crucified. I mean, of course, it was in the plan that he should be crucified also. But I mean, that won't solve the problem now. I have to see that you all get your resurrection somehow. It's like a mother's desire who wants to give a bath to the child and get him cleansed somehow, you see. So whichever way you like, whether you like a chocolate or whether you like a little rebuking or whatever way you like, I'm willing to work it out, but please at least desire that you have to have your self-realization. May God bless you all. I hope those who get realization will settle down with it seriously, understand it is your responsibility today that you are born today here in this country, which is a special thing for me and for Sahaja Yoga. And that you should get your self-realization, understand it very well, and digest it and grow into it and become a very, very powerful personality that you have to be. But even a small thing like that, they said you take out your shoes, because you see shoes make you little bit tightened up. Even that much, if you ask them, they as if I have asked for 100 pounds from them. Even that little thing they don't want to do. And why are they here? I don't understand. All the way they come. For what? You don't want to get your realization? You don't want to get the greatest blessing of the divine? Then what am I to do? How am I to deal with you? You may be very well educated person, all right, a learned man, but you have not known so far. It happens with gurus, it happens with everyone. They are sticking on to a guru. If they are sticking on to a guru, they cannot give up that guru. Whatever it is another kind of a ego. Because they think, all right, we have eaten the crow, so what? If you have eaten the crow, we have eaten the crow. So go ahead with it. This is another category of people who don't want to give up whatever is nonsensical. Then the third category is another one who are just waiting, all right, let the catastrophe come. We are just waiting. They told me, but it doesn't matter, don't you worry, we are waiting for the catastrophe. Disaster. When is it going to arrive? You just tell us that. We are only anxiously waiting. If it is coming, it's a very good thing. Now we have reconciled to a situation like that. On the streets of Paris, if you go, they will find many like that discussing when are the 10 stars going to meet so that we are all collided and made into a jam. You won't be made into a jam, I must tell you. But something horrible, which is 1,000 times worse than what you are doing on the streets of Paris. But this kind of attitude of 3 types of people, I don't know, I'm thinking now I have been in London for so many days and my going time is coming. And I don't know what's going to happen now, because Sir Yogis themselves are desperate and they all want to settle down in India. I will not allow them to settle down in India unless and until they at least get half of the English people realized. Yes, that's for very sure. If you think that now mother has gone there, so let us take our baggage there and settle down in a nice little ashram, enjoying yourself, nothing doing. You have to work hard. You have to get at least half of the British people realize somehow. If you can't do it, you are not allowed to enjoy any rest. And I too will not be able to have any rest in my lifetime if these things do not happen. I hope you all understand my concern, my great concern, and my love for British people here, who must understand also their place in this great work of God, how they should come up. May God bless you all. I'll have some water to drink. I think I'll be better off here. Better seat. So I'm very much better here. If you don't mind. Any questions, please? So, you are here. So nice to see you. What's happening in Isle of Wight? Are you there?
Me? I'm not from the Isle of Wight. I'm from Hampstead.
We have some people there. I don't know. We have to try all kinds of things. Now, what's the question is? I can't read your minds. Please tell me. It's all right, Jenny. Thank you very much.
I can take your shoes for you.
It's all right. They're all right there.
Would you like some water?
What's the question? No questions? There could be a question. How to have the desire? I was just thinking that somebody asked me a question like that. How to have the desire, mother tell us. You see, it would be how to have the desire to eat the ice cream, you see. Sometimes you don't know whether to cry or to laugh. It's like that. How many people have come for the first time? Please raise your hands. Oh, lots of them. Good, good. I would say those who have come for the first time should come forward and Sahajogi should go back. Mohan, you can go back. Who else is there? No, you go back. Yes, come along. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Yes. First or second row, please be seated. Will you be comfortable? Sure? Will you be comfortable there? Down below. No, you can sit in the second row if you want. If you are not comfortable, it's not easy to sit on the ground. Why don't you put the chairs around like that? No, they'll get you some chairs there and some chairs here. Can you bring in some chairs in the first line? Just put it there. Yeah. You can bring it. इकडे आणा असं ठेवा ना ह्या ठिकाणी का नाही ठेवत? असं का they are fixed? Yes. God. Fixed, eh? I'm sorry for that. Well, the whole thing you can bring it, yes, yes. Better sit there. You have to be comfortable, my child. Better be. You will be comfortable. You have to be comfortable. That's first thing. Right? Wherever you are comfortable, please be seated. It's good to see so many new people. It's such a great thing. That's all, they don't want. They say they are happy here. Now, it's a very simple thing that Kundalini is to be awakened within you because she is there, she has been there, and she gets awakened by itself, it's spontaneous. You don't have to do anything, it's all yours. Only thing, as Govind must have told you, that an enlightened light can enlighten another light. In the same way, if I am an enlightened person, you should get your enlightenment. And it works in no time, should work in no time. If you can put your hands just like this, now I must give you explanation. I am not going to take anything from you. It's just because these fingers denote your centers. These are 5 fingers, 6 and 7 are the left side centers, these are right side centers. When they are clasped together, you form the central path, which is the one we call as the Sushumna. Now the central path manifests what we call in the medical terminology as parasympathetic nervous system. Now this central path has got one left and one right on one center. So what we do is to put our hands like this so that these ends which are accepted are the ends of the sympathetic nervous system. So the left and the right sympathetic nervous system gets enlightened, which is fixed here like this. You see. So what we do is to just put your hands like this towards me without putting any pressure or anything on your lap. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. Now you may have to loosen a little bit if there is something tight or making you uncomfortable. That's all. And the feet is better if you are sitting on the ground is all right or anyway. But if they are on the Mother Earth, it helps. But if you like it, like you are sitting is all right. Doesn't matter. Put your hands straight like this. Makes no difference whatever way you have been putting your hands, just the finger should come towards me. That's all. Facing towards me. Now it doesn't matter from what race, creed, color, whatever way you are coming here. And also doesn't matter whatever you have done before. Now we are here at this present moment. This moment is important for me. At this moment you are here to jump into the new awareness of self-realization. So this is the most important time for me and for you. At this time, forget about the past and the future. Say somebody thinks that he is guilty of something. I mean, that's a fashion these days. To feel guilty is a fashion. In the West, it's a fashion. Just for nothing, why to feel guilty, I can't understand. An Indian will never feel guilty, whatever they may do. And this fashion of feeling guilty really clutches me from here to here sometimes when I am talking to the Western people. At the first outset, you must know that you are not guilty at all in the presence of God. In the eyes of God, you are not guilty, and you have no business to condemn yourself because you are going to be the temple of God. And now don't feel guilty about yourself. You have not even made your nose. What are you feeling guilty about? So just have a very cheerful disposition about yourself, that you are not guilty, that you are going to be the spirit, the beauty, the glory that you are. And there is no need to feel guilty at all. It's very important. At the very outset, I will request you not to feel guilty. That's first thing you have to do. Sincerely, you have to say to yourself, I am not guilty at all. Because there's a big block here sitting just now into everybody's left side. And that's how they get spondylitis. So much so that I may get one day spondylitis, the way people are getting it. So we are not to feel guilty at all. We have to decide on that part. Whatever people might have told you, that we are the greatest sinners or whatever it is, in the presence of God's love, we cannot feel guilty because we challenge His powers of forgiveness. He has a power to forgive. And He forgives such big sins that what sins can we commit, isn't it? So just don't feel guilty. That is the first thing I have explained to you. By reading all these horrible books, I think people also start feeling guilty. I don't know how, what are the sources are. But it's a very common practice. I don't know where they sell this business of guilt. But definitely people are feeling guilty for nothing at all. So I would request you not to feel guilty. Put your hands towards me and just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Now, how do I manage it? I must tell you now. It's very simple for me. What I do, that with my attention, I put you, all of you, in my heart. I can do it. Supposing you know how to put someone in your heart, you can also do it very easily. You are all in my heart. Supposing I conceive you in my heart, you can say like that, and raise my Kundalini and bring it to the fontanelle bone area where resides the seat of my spirit, and then touch it, my own Kundalini touches the spirit, the seat of the spirit, and when it happens, then you all feel that you have got your realization. You feel the realization. This is how it happens. But when you people get your realization, you also get the same powers. And you can give realization to others just by raising your hands behind the back of the people whom you want to give realization. It is a very simple method, worked out very simply by nature, by the living process of evolution. Now close your eyes properly, put your hands towards me. As a result of this, first thing you start noticing in your thoughts. Ask your mind, what are you thinking? Keep your eyes shut fully. That's important. You will find that there is no answer. In many of you, you will find that the answers are running away. When you are trying to catch the answer, there is no answer, it's all running away. That's the best situation. When the mind is resting for a change, you see, it's not thinking. When this has happened within you, then we have to start acting on our desire. So the left hand represents the desire that we have. So keep the left hand fixed towards me, and with the right hand, now you have to act. Don't open your eyes at any cost. Please don't open your eyes at any cost. Put your right hand on your heart. If you are wearing a coat, put your hand inside the coat. Yes. Put it on your heart on the left hand side. Put the left hand straight towards me, stretched out. Now. Now you have to ask a question to yourself in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question, which you are, but you better ask the question in the beginning, because the attitude just now is whether I am the spirit or not. Even if the mother says, you may not believe it. So just say, Mother, am I the spirit? Keep your eyes shut fully. Ask sincerely. Now, if you are the spirit, then you have to be your master also. Now you can put the same hand down below on another center on the left hand side on the stomach. On the stomach on the left hand side, quite lower, and ask a question in the center on the left hand side, in the central part of the stomach, and ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? Am I my own guru? Ask this question at least 10 times. Sincerely, from your heart, with confidence, ask the question, Mother, am I my own master? Now put the right hand again on your heart. Now, at this point, you have to confidently say that, Mother, I am the spirit. You have to confidently say that, Mother, I am the spirit. Say it 12 times, please. Mother, I am the Spirit. You are the Spirit. Everyone has said that you are the Spirit and you are to be born again. Just assert. Now raise your right hand higher onto the base of your neck, left side. Again, we are working on the left because of the desire. Base of the neck on the left hand side, where I told you is a big block of guilt. Now, if you are the Spirit, how can you be guilty? Because the Spirit never commits sins, is guiltless, is perfect, is absolute. So now you say, Mother, I am not guilty, with full confidence, and 16 times, and if you have been too much guilty, say it 32 times. That's a better punishment. Because I am suffering because of your guilt. For anything, even for smoking or drinking or anything, don't feel guilty. Forget it. Serious or trivial things, don't feel guilty. You have to respect yourself, isn't it? If you are the Spirit. Now, better now. Because you really don't know what you are, that's why you are feeling guilty. I really tell you. When you will know what you are, you will be enamored to know. Please believe me. Don't condemn yourself at all. No confessions. And no past to be brought in just now. Please forget the past. Don't try to count all of them one by one. At this time is very important. I know what you are doing, some of you. Forget it. Just forget it. Whatever others might have said, you just forget it for heaven's sake. Now raise this right hand over your forehead. Just. This is the crown of your head, where we have not been able to forgive others. One who wears the crown has to forgive others. So what we have to say, that Mother, I forgive everyone, is the simplest thing to do. Because those who say it is difficult, they don't know it's a myth. When you forgive your others, what are you doing? Nothing. And when you don't forgive, what do? Nothing. Only thing, when you don't forgive, then only you torture yourself and play into the hands of people who wanted to trouble you. So just say with full heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, you can put your hand on your head. On your head, in the center where you had a fontanelle bone area being soft in your childhood, and press it with your palm. You yourself, you are taking your own realization. So press it with your palm in a clockwise manner. Clockwise manner. Put your full palm on your head, in front a little, it's in the front side. And press it and move it, your palm. Move it like that, yes, palm. Move it, press it hard. At this point, you have to say that, Mother, I want my realization, because as I told you, I cannot cross your freedom. So you have to say, Mother, please give me realization. Otherwise I cannot do it. I'm sorry, that's the trouble with me, is that I can't do it on my own. So I'm requesting you to say, Mother, I want my realization. It's all right, you got it. Now raise your hand about 4 inches and see if there's a cool breeze coming out. You have to see for yourself. It's there. It's there. All right, now change over. You can change over and see. Don't open your eyes. Just change over and see. Put your right hand towards me. Right hand like this. And now put the left hand and see if there's a cool breeze coming up. See on your head, from your head, if there's a cool breeze coming out. Now don't think about it. You can't think, by thinking it has not. There. It is very subtle. Started in the hands, up to the head. It's working out, working out, working out. Change your hands again whenever you want to. Change your hands, see for yourself. And don't you worry even if you don't feel it. We have so many people here who can again enforce it. Don't become serious. It's going to be there. You just don't worry. None of you are missing your Kundalini. I can assure you it's all there. May take a little more time for some people, less time for some people. Makes no difference. Don't condemn yourself and don't be serious. Put your hand a little lower. Move it up and down. Some people might be feeling in the hand. Some people will feel it in the hand that is towards me. On here. Ask her to see here. Now the Sahaj Yogis can see it but need not talk or touch. Just see if you are feeling it. She's got it. It's very subtle. Got it? What about him on? Just see. The gentleman next to you. It's the real answer. He's already there. Then see, this gentleman touched it and again he's thinking about it. Now don't think about it. Please don't think about it. Wonderful people here in Holborn, I must say. It's a wonderful place to come to. All right? It's working out. Just see this one. Hello, Graham. See.
अब हम सब श्री माता जी के चरणों में आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ, कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सब दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्कि साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल की साक्षात श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
श्री माता जी, आज इस ध्यान के माध्यम से जो परम चैतन्य की आशीर्वाद और प्रेम हम सभी को मिला है, इनके लिए आपके श्री चरण में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम और हृदय से धन्यवाद करते हैं। श्री माता जी, जय श्री माता जी।